Hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Today's Valentine's Day, and I just wanted to post a video about unconditional love. I know I posted something last week, but I took it down because I realized I wanted to add more stuff and actually save it for a day of love. So I'm going to give it to you guys now. So if you heard the video, then you hear it again. What's the big deal, you know? So I'm here to talk about unconditional love, which I just said. And unconditional love basically is when you're in a relationship and you could be open and raw and fully honest with your partner and not walk on glass. Straight up, that's it. You're in the relationship and you're not worried about your partner thinking that you're psycho because you're expressing certain things. You're literally exposing yourself and being raw, getting naked, okay, without taking your clothes off, like I said in the other video, okay, literally getting naked and exposing every single thing in your being to this person, because they're your other person. They're supposed to be your mirror soul, your soulmate, your love. And why would you want to be in this relationship and be in a relationship where you have to be fake and not express yourself? So the dirtiest parts of you, that things you wouldn't normally want to tell people, you end up telling this person because you're like, wow, I absolutely love you and I feel comfortable enough to expose myself to express this part of me that no one else even knows. Do you understand how freaking awesome that is when you could do that? My last relationship, things were expressed to me and vice versa that I wouldn't have said to anybody else. And I surely believe that my specific person at the time didn't express certain things to anybody else. But we were at that point where we were so connected that we were able to expose ourselves, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I wasn't worried about my specific person walking off and vice versa. And that's how the relationship should be. There's plenty of relationships that people do stay in just to stay in because they don't want to be alone, because we're bred to be with a partner, basically. The way humans were brought into this world, we're brought into this world alone, but then we are looking for a partner. We're looking for someone to share daily experiences with, someone to build a family with, to build a life with. And if people feel if they're going to sit there and look for every single thing that they want, that they're never going to get it. So they stay in a relationship because the person's got a good job, the person's attractive, they're vibing a little, you know, they have a few common interests, and they stay in the relationship. Like, why not? The person's good. I'm just going to deal with it. But they are not real with that person. They're afraid to say anything because when they do open their mouth and they want to say something, the person's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you even saying this to me? Blah, blah, blah. That's not how a relationship should be. Okay, that's what I said in the last video, because your person should understand you and you should be able to open up to them and talk to them without a problem. They shouldn't just attack you, okay? And it should be vice versa. It should be both ways. Your partner should understand the fact that not everybody is perfect, but you know, in your self-concept, you're perfect. So we are perfect, but not everybody is perfect. We all have flaws. We do. And you just have to work on it. So if your partner brings something to your attention and vice versa, they need to look at it with a grain of salt and be like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry that you feel this way and I'm going to work on it. Then you know the person's right for you, because the more you're able to express what's bothering you and the more you're able to express just anything in life, whatever is occurring in your life, and the person is totally handling it mad chill, like a human being, somebody that has all their marbles, that's the person you should be with. But a lot of people just deal with what they have. And listen, it happens. I've stayed in relationships because the person was a good catch, but then after a while, it wasn't completing my soul. It wasn't making me happy. And I'm not going to stay with someone who's not making me happy, because circumstances do change, but it takes two. And nothing in life is permanent, because every circumstance changes, especially if you put your mind towards it and you focus on changing that situation. Okay, it's a whole mental game, the whole mindset when you're thinking about it, because you want to get rid of that story and just focus on something new and just change the whole situation, which can be done, but it takes work. You can't just be like, I want this situation fixed and it's going to just happen overnight. Unless you know you literally the perfect manifester that has things happen in 3 seconds. Okay, so listen, it can happen, but on my end, it depends on my mental diet. So if certain things are not going my way, unless I focus on 110% without wavering, then yeah, of course I'm going to get it, but it doesn't happen so quickly. But eventually I'll get there. So that's literally all I wanted to say. So your partner has to be like a dog. I said that in my other video and I said it twice because it's true, because people have their dogs, they're their best friends, and they have unconditional love. You could literally say anything you want to your dogs. You know they're not going to repeat it and they're not going to bounce on you. You should feel like that with your partner. You just need to be raw, literally raw. That's literally unconditional love. Also wanted to mention, when it comes to your relationship and your partner and you truly trust each other and you have a great bond, there's no need to bring anyone else into your relationship, because other people are not going to understand your relationship. And misery loves company. So a lot of your friends, if they're not happy and they see how you guys are together, they're going to be tainted. So whatever you say to your friend, they're just going to literally be in your ear saying, oh my God, you're dealing with this situation, you're dealing with that, and blah, 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 blah. And they're just going to keep saying that, putting those negative thoughts in your head. Why do you even want that when your person is supposed to be your end game, that you want to work with them and fix things and make things go smoothly? When you bring in outside factors, it usually messes things up. I know friends and family are there. They want to help you, but usually friends and family, a lot of them say things out of their own negative experience, and they're tainted, and they're going to put that shit on you. Okay. Because I know for a fact, I have friends that are going through shit. Then they tell their friends stuff, and then they vent and they tell you things. And I'm like, but really, does it even make sense? Her situation and their situation is not your situation. You know, you can't. I understand you want to take what your friends say to heart and things like that, and take their advice. Take it with a grain of salt, and anything that resonates with you, fine, take it. But a lot of stuff, nah, let it go. It's A and B. That's it. Anybody else can see themselves out of it. Seriously. Okay. Every relationship is different. Okay. And every relationship you're going to be in, the person's going to get a totally, totally different version of you. Okay. Every relationship, because with each relationship that happens and every failed relationship that you have had is going to make you bring up this wall higher and higher and higher. So when your wall is so high and you meet somebody else and you get into another relationship, you're not being that lovey-dovey open person like you want to be, because you're afraid. You're scarred from the last relationship, okay? So little by little, the more time you spend with the person, you're going to break that wall down. And as that wall breaks down, you're exposing yourself and opening yourself more. And you want to be able just to be like a flower and just blossom and open. You want to be that flower. If you cannot be that flower and blossom and open, why are you even in this relationship? Sometimes loving yourself and being alone is better than being with someone that you're going to have to walk on glass, bite your tongue, and not be able to say how you feel and what you want to say. But kudos to those of you who want to stay in those relationships, because there's people who don't have enough self-love and confidence and security in themselves, that they're going to take less than they deserve. Every person should be with someone that freaking prioritizes them, makes them first best, chooses them over any other situation in their life. They love you, that they're going to move mountains to make that relationship work, because shit, you're great. You ain't going to find anybody that's going to treat them the way you do. Trust me. If you are a good person and you're not a liar, you're not a cheater, and you treat that person like gold, unless you're a scumbag, then this video is not for you. Because if you're a cheater and you're a liar and you like to have like 52 million girls and guys, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about those who truly will give the shirt off their back to their partner. Okay? Don't settle for less than what you deserve. Someone loves you and there's certain things in your life that bothers them a little bit. Talk and make it work. Things can change. You can meet a middle road. Circumstances do not matter. So all those different versions of you, you need to find the true version of you. Don't sit there and be a version of you that you are not happy with. Why? Be the version that you were meant to be. That's literally all I want to say. Literally. I say this in all my videos and I continue talking for like another 10 minutes. I know we all have vibes. Okay, when we're in a relationship, when you first started dating someone, it's always hot, it's heavy, you get these butterfly feelings, your pheromones are going all freaking crazy, you can't get enough of them, you want to smell them, kiss them, and touch them. And then once that passes is when you realize you have the unconditional love, okay? There's things I said in the last video that I'm trying to remember that I said. Yeah, so once you get past all that feeling and you still like the person, because obviously that whole sex, hot, heated shit is gonna pass, because it's like a drug, okay? Once you start dating someone, it's new. It's like, I need this, I need this, I need this. But once you get past that, okay, and all that is gone and you're just left with the person and you could have a conversation with them, stare deep into their eyes and be like, baby, I love you. Then you know that the relationship is true. I literally took notes off the last video, so I'm like stopping this between to go look at my notes. So anyway, literally, so once that passes and you are able to still love this person and look at them and they still warm your heart and melt your heart, then you know it's a true connection, as long as you're able to speak, as long as you're able to expose yourself.